Okay, can we be honest here? How many drivers are actually set up the right way? And by right way, I mean obviously insurances. I mean obviously having the right structures to their business, an LLC, a business bank account, properly putting money aside for taxes, properly setting aside your business expenses aside from your personal expenses. How many drivers are actually legit? I know we talk about the illegals, and I know we talk about all of these different things, but how many of you guys are really legit? Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Nick, and I am the local South Florida Uber driver. I'm local just because you never really know where I'm gonna be in the next couple days, months, years. But I primarily work the South Florida market. And in today's video, man, I'm gonna cover the elephant in the room that nobody wants to talk about. But y'all know I'm a driver's driver. So are you actually legit? Is what I'm gonna talk about today. But first and foremost, let's cover the preliminaries. If you're new here, you like that I'm a real driver. I'm really sitting in the parking lot with other people looking at me crazy. I'm actually in a Wawa parking lot. I mean, you can kind of sort of see the little sign right over there. I mean, that's, it's a gas station thingy. Whatever. But if you like that I'm really raw coming to you, just hit a like on the video, man. I'm covering a topic that nobody seems to talk about. All of the quote-unquote talking heads. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. You want to get more of my content, you want to know when I post, you want to see more of my videos, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it. And lastly, since we're talking about businesses, I am a certified insurance broker. Life insurance to be exact. Listen, I am legit. I got my insurances, I got my licenses. And I've been doing this for a while. So just hit the link in the description, schedule a call. Usually takes about 5 minutes. And yeah, we go from there. But yeah, like I said, today's video is going to be about something that not a lot of drivers talk about, not a lot of talking heads talk about, and I just kind of want to cover the topic. Y'all know I'm controversial anyway. So with that being said, let me just ask the question. I'm gonna just be upfront with it. How many drivers are actually legitimate? I mean, of course, we're talking about the basics here. Yeah, there's a lot of drivers that have insurance, but do they have full coverage? There's a lot of drivers that have insurance and they may have full coverage, but do they have rideshare endorsement? Like, y'all know my situation. So again, I want to be very upfront with you. When I first started Uber, I wasn't. I had just bought my car. I kind of detail it in this video. You'll probably see the little bar at the very top. And I just kind of talk about, I was driving late at night. I had a green light. I hit the gas, you know what I'm saying? I started going. Guy flew through the red light, hit me in the side. He actually hit me like on my driver's side. So I took the brunt of the impact. I completely totaled my car, completely wrecked the front end. It almost spun me around, but like, yeah, the impact of him hitting me, it brought me from like here to like here. It was pretty far. Let's just say it was pretty far. And yeah, I mean, it left me kind of messed up. I still to this day, I don't shoot off when I'm at a red light. When the light turns green, you're gonna have to honk at me because I'm not moving. I want to make sure that the intersection is clear. Now, I was a motorcycle driver, so I knew to look down the roads, but it's different when you expect somebody to stop and they don't, as opposed to just not knowing completely that they're not there. And In my case, that situation, I had a car that was on the side of me. They shot off. They were a little bit faster than me, and so they kind of blocked my view. So like, I seen the car, but I thought that the car was slowing down. And because the car on the left of me kind of like took off, I'm just assuming that that car stopped. So I took off. I mean, you know, I pressed on the gas. I keep saying it like as if like I was racing this car next to me, but like, yeah, we both put our foot on the gas. They just did it slower than I did because I took the brunt of the impact. Like, I got hit. There was no question, but they just had their front bumper taken off. And it's like, it's crazy because it's like they had a clear head start for me, but I don't know, maybe they realized that the car was coming and they pressed on the brakes. But me not being able to see that car, because you know everybody has tents down here, and I was still going, and he smacked me, and just, yeah. So I totaled my car, whatever. And of course I had full coverage, because you know when you get a brand new car, when you're financing a car, you have to have full coverage. It's no question. You can't get off the lot if you don't have full coverage. I had full coverage, but and this is the but, doing rideshare, however, whomever, I don't know. I wasn't doing rideshare at the time, but they denied the claim because it was rideshare related, and I fought it, hired lawyers, talked to people, but that was almost 2 years ago, and here I am. I've been with some big lawyer people that were on the radio, and they've all backed out, and my car is still in the impound lot and there's nothing that I can do about it. So when I asked the question, how many drivers are actually legit? When I say legit, it's not just having more than PIP insurance. Yeah, because PIP insurance is cool, but yeah, I mean, technically in the state of Florida, we all are required to have PIP insurance. And you know, as like I know, a lot of y'all be faking y'all documents and stuff like that. But okay, how many people actually have PIP insurance? And then it's the other side of how many people actually have full coverage, because obviously you don't want to get into an accident and have to come out of pocket, whatever. How many people actually have that? Then it's the concept of how many people actually have the rideshare endorsement or some form of rideshare coverage on their personal policy. The numbers start getting smaller and smaller as I say these things. And this is what you're supposed to do as a business. As a business, most businesses, most of these storefronts, like this Wawa that I'm sitting at, they all have to have certain licenses and insurances in place. Because obviously, what, you know, back in the days, what people used to do, they used to go to a store, you know what I'm saying, look for a little wet floor spot, you know what I'm saying, just walk over there, whoopsie, my back hurt, you know what I'm saying, lay on the ground a little bit, you know, make a big scene. And then they used to sue the store, because it's like, hey, y'all, you didn't put the wet floor sign there. Oh my gosh, my back hurt. I'm never gonna be able to work again. And then they get paid, and then it's like, yo, you just came up. You know, so that's why all of these things have to be in place. But as an Uber driver, you don't really do that. I mean, yeah, most people have some form of insurance, and let's go from there, and then they just go from there because everything else is so expensive. But when you're talking about a business, you're really supposed to have these things, especially as a rideshare business. And then, you know, when you talk about private rides and taking people, you know, converting them, you're really supposed to have the commercial insurance. Again, how many people actually have commercial insurance? It's a whole nother topic, whole nother story. So when I say how many people are legit, just from that standpoint, we talking about the numbers are going to get smaller and smaller. And then when we talk about in terms, so many people comment on my videos, you got to have the mileage deduction, you got to set aside this amount for taxes, and you got to do this. Okay, so let's talk about that aspect. So on the personal side, when you're picking up people, you're supposed to have the insurances in place. But how many people actually have their business, their Uber driver business, because it's a business according to the IRS, which all of you guys understand, because everybody tells me I'm supposed to set aside this amount for taxes, and I got the mileage deduction and this, that, and the third. But how many people actually have an LLC? Because you really should have a LLC. Again, I'm not a tax professional, but when we talk about an LLC is a limited liability company. It just means that you're separating your person, when you separate the business from your personal stuff, because realistically, you get into an accident with me in the car, I'm gonna sue you, I'm gonna sue Uber, and I'm gonna sue the person that we got into an accident. Because yeah, dumbass driver. But and because I'm suing you, I could come after you if you don't have a legitimate business. Which is what a lot of Uber drivers don't understand about legitimacy, and about separating your business side from your personal side. So what I mean, you should kind of sort of have an LLC. If you're going to be a sole proprietor, okay, that's cool. Maybe you're part-time or whatever, you don't make over a certain level. Okay, I understand all of that. But when you talk about your business side, you should have a business bank account. If you're just a sole proprietor, cool. Go online, file for your EIN number, open up a business bank account. I mean, you can actually open up a legitimate business bank account, or you can use the Uber Pro account. You can use the Lyft Direct account. If you're Amazon, you got the Amazon Flex debit card, whatever. If you're a DoorDasher, you got the Dasher Direct card. Use these as a business account. So by that, I mean only business expenses come out of those accounts. So when you're talking about the oil changes, the tune-ups, the maintenance work that you may have to do on your car, that should come out of there. When you're talking about business expenses like gas and things like that. Again, I'm not a tax professional. I'm just going over general stuff. For car washes, things like that. You have to buy new tires. If you're, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are, if you're buying supplies and keeping supplies in your car for your passengers. Meals, portions of your meals should go in there. These are all things that as a business you should have organized, but it should only come out of your business bank account. None of your personal expenses should come out of a business bank account, because if they do, then we're talking about commingling of funds. So a lot of you guys be talking about the mileage deduction, and you be talking about you got to set aside this amount of money for taxes, and it's like, okay, cool, but like, are you actually structured right when you coming at me? Because you don't know how I'm structured. What if I told you I'm actually properly structured? What if I told you I have well, let's just say I'm properly structured. Because, listen, according to the IRS, I don't make no money. According to the IRS, I am under the bus. But, I don't make any real money, like you guys say. So, but the point is, I am properly structured. How many of you guys can say the same thing? So if somebody were to try to sue me, they can't get my personal possessions, because I am properly separated, and yeah, I am very separated. I do not commingle my funds. My personal expenses are my personal expenses. They only come out of my personal accounts. My business expenses only come out of my business accounts. I don't put those two together. And so, yeah, when we talk about, are you a legit driver? Are you a legit dasher? Are you a legit, gig worker? These are all of the things that we talk about. So I like I said, I'm not a tax professional. Y'all know I do life insurance, so I am technically a financial professional. But look, I'm just talking to you as a regular person. How many of you guys actually thought about how you're supposed to structure your business? How many of you guys really understand the tax code and how you are supposed to do this? How many of you guys have actually talked to a tax professional and really looked at your tax return and like, hey, should I have an LLC? Should I not have an LLC? Okay, should I have a business bank account? Should I not have a business bank account? Because a lot of people in the comments give so much information, and it's like, you can't take information from everybody, y'all. You got to actually know what you're talking about. And people like me, I've been in business for the last 4 years. And like I said, again, according to the IRS, I am under the table. My business is not profitable. So again, it depends on how you do it and how you're structured. But I can tell you, if something were to happen and I get sued, it ain't my personal possessions that's up for grabs. And that's the way it's supposed to be, because it's a business. But yeah, so with that being said, I just kind of wanted to put that out there. I feel like I'm rambling now. I just hope that you guys think about that aspect, because a lot of people give information, but not a lot of people tell you the backside of it. You got to be legitimate, because if something happens, again, I didn't expect to get into an accident. I'm a perfect driver. I'm the best driver in the world, but it happens. Before that accident, I had never had an accident, but it happens. For that accident, I don't even get tickets, but it happens. So yeah, but that's why I do life insurance, because it's going to happen one day. We just don't know that day. So I like to be prepared. So, but yeah, man, I hope all of that makes sense. If it's making sense to you, just talk to a tax professional. That's the biggest advice that I can give you. Really sit down, go over your finances, go over your 1099s, go over your bank accounts, and make sure that you're properly structured, because you don't want to be in a situation where somebody's suing you because you got into an accident and they're coming after your personal stuff. Oh yeah. Which is also why I rent. But that's another story. Because you can come after this car. This ain't mine. But yeah, with that being said, guys, I'm out of here. Deuces.